Today we're going to cover a VVX400 series phone. First I'm going to go through the buttons on the phone. What you'll see on the bottom is your volume button. This will adjust the ringer volume when it's not in a call. If you are in a call, this will adjust your call volume. Next up is your mute button, your speaker phone, and your headset button. If you needed a headset, you can push that button. It will switch it from handset to headset or speaker. Next up, this will show you your call logs. The up arrow is anything you have programmed in your favorites. If you hit the home button twice, it takes you back to your main screen. The right, you'll see at the top, it'll tell you these are placed calls. So if you look up here, it says placed calls. Those were to the right. You can scroll down between those calls. You can hit dial at any time, or if you hit the right arrow again when you're on one, it will make that call. You can also save this by hitting info and save. You can rename this. Use the arrows, take out what's currently there. Put the name in that you'd like it to have. And hit save. Now you'll see there's a star. This is saved into our favorites. If you go back with the home button to your main screen, you will see you now have a button for Amy. That's a speed dial directly to me. You can see that. It dials my phone number. If you go down with the down arrow, that will show you any missed calls. It tells you at the top what type of call it is. Home button twice takes you back to your main screen. To the left is any received calls. Now if we go back to the main screen, we go up, we'll see we now have a favorite listed. If you wanted to edit that favorite, you can scroll down, select it. You see you've highlighted it. If you hit the info, you can either edit here or delete here. So that would remove the favorite from your main screen, or you can edit it. So we're going to go ahead and delete one as well. There's nothing saved there. Now if you come back to the main screen, you just have your extension. As you see, we've touched the home button. This takes you back to your home screen as it gives you your icons with your options. It also takes you back to the call screen. So if you wanted to review these, there's new call, messages, directories, forward, do not disturb, and settings. There are also hard keys for your messaging button. It's this messaging button down here. This is a hard key for hold, which is only active when you're in a call. And this is a transfer button, which is only active when you're in a call. If you look at the buttons that we have set up along the bottom, we have a directories button. This will show you your contact directory. That's the same as the circle thing, just puts it all together in one. If you select that, you'll be able to look at anybody that you have in your contact directory. Let's see. We also have recent calls. This will give you all your recent calls. Outbound, those are calls we've made out. There'll be an arrow coming down. That would be your inbound calls, and there's a red X if you've missed the call. You have your forward key. If you select on the forward key with the center middle button, that will allow you to do call forward always, no answer, or busy. To do the always, you'd select that. You'd put the phone number in and you'd hit enable. If you see this kind of a check mark arrow, it shows you that your calls have been forwarded. To remove that, you'd come back to forward. You'd hit select and you'd hit disable, and that will turn it back off. You'll have a green check again and your calls are back to you. In our home button, back to this, we have do not disturb. Do not disturb is an option that will make your green check red. It will show you that you are in do not disturb. That means your calls are going to go straight to voicemail and they will not ring your phone at all. So to take that back off, you'd come arrow down to the do not disturb, select the center button. You'll see you have a green check. Calls will come back in. Your setting option will give you some basic options like backlight intensity, ring types, backlight screen timeout. You can restart your phone. You can update its configurations from this basic menu. This was also covered in the quick start guide if you have any questions. Back to our home button. We've covered the directory. We've covered callers, just shows you a list of people who've called. This will time out, or if you want to go back to the other screen sooner, you can just hit the home button. To voicemail, we'll send your call directly to voicemail. So if you have a call nailed up and you wanted to send this call directly to somebody's voicemail. Pardon me, I'm waiting for my call to ring through. You would go ahead and do this to voicemail button, the extension you want to send it to, and enter, and off your call would go. Transfer's failing because that is not a valid extension. But again, you have a call nailed up to voicemail. You'll go ahead and enter the extension, and the call will go off to their voicemail. Forward button we covered in our home button as well. And that is all for the keys and the buttons as this phone is set up. If you have any questions, you can also reach us directly by dialing 611 from your phone. Thank you.